the world of chess, there's been millions to billions of games. However, there are these games that keep on standing out. For example, the Evergreen game, which I made a video about it. This game is not the Evergreen game. This is about the Immortal Game, played from Adolf Anderson, White, who played White and won the game, and Lionel Kitsurevsky playing Black. This game is called the Immortal Game because this game is played so well that it might not be forgotten ever in chess history. So let's begin. E4 is the move played up front, wanting the center. Next comes E5, wanting the center as well. This is called the King's Pawn opening. Then F4 is played. This is called the King's Gambit. Next, the pawn accepts it. This is called the King's Gambit accepted. Sometimes it can be declined, but in this case, it's not. Now, normally, the best way to go against this pawn, like this situation, is to move knight f3 to stop the queen's attack, which is pretty scary. But despite all odds, bishop c4 is the move. This means that there's no knight to stop this move, and that the queen can go to h4. Might not be the best move, but it's played. It is extremely hasty. None of the pieces are developed. This is not the great move to start with. So the king has to rush to safety. King e2 is not good. There's lots of threats going. So king f1 is the better choice, which is what white played. G6, g3 is not a good move either. Next comes a really weird move. I don't know. Comes b5. So, as you know, they're up a pawn. And also, if you're curious about what this bars, this shows the analysis of who's winning positionally. If the number ends up being negative, black is better. If it's white, like positive number, then white is slightly positionally better. This is plus 0.39, which is not enough to be super better. So, it's accepted. Now knight moves to f6. Pretty normal attacks. Unlike defending it like d3, white moves knight f3, attacking the queen. So now the queen has to rush back to queen h6. Then comes move d3, starting a pin. Then comes knight h5. It's a kind of a deadly move. Black is determined to go queen g3, because if pawn takes, the rook will fall, and also the position. But unfortunately, there's lots of moves to stop this, but unfortunately for black, white is no novice at this game and plays knight h4, because if you move here, then he can move to other squares too. He wants to put the knight on f5. That's the main motive. Then black plays a great move, queen to g5. Now, unfortunately, the knight and the bishop are attacked. However, despite all odds, white finds a way out of this. Knight to f5. A genius idea to block. Next comes c6, which is pretty normal. But then comes g4. This is surprising to most people, as you see that bar is going for black in favor. This is really weird. You are hanging that bishop in exchange for the knight, that is. But you are destroying the g. Next comes knight to f6. This is going to give queen some space. Comes rook g1. That's a really good move. The point is to trap the queen. Next comes this. Next move, the queen better move some moves like here to prepare to leave, but black gets greedy and makes a mistake. Now, once again, earlier, I said they can move here. Does he spot it? Yes. And now, the queen cannot go to this square. Cannot go to this square unless it wants to be eaten. Cannot take the knight. It only has one square left. That is queen g6. All the way. White pushes more. h5. Queen has to go in. They're out of squares. It's trapped. It can't go further. The pawn can't go further. That bishop is staring at that queen. So now, the queen for white goes to f3, determined to entirely take the pawn, and boom, the queen is trapped. You can't go here because the knight is blocky. Next comes knight g8. This is not a desirable move, but it's the only move to save the queen. Bishop still takes f4, and the queen rushes back to safety with the knight in the corner again. Knight c3 is played, bishop c5. Here comes a really good move, knight d5. Now, we all see this, but they're attacking the knight. Queen takes b. This is a bit of trouble for white. The rook is hanged, so this one. So that means that the, the that white is going to lose a rook side. So bishop moves to d6. But bishop takes g1 is the wrong rook to take. This one was supposed to be the one. Unlike most players who just take back, e5 is the move played, trying to move completely. Queen takes a1 is a bit too late, but the rook is taken. Now white has no more rooks. The king moves up for safety. Knight to a6 is really odd, and despite the fact, look, unbelievably, despite being up 13, the bar is showing white because of the position. Look how close they are to mate. They are trapping the king. Soon they'll be up, which is why, despite the two rooks, the analysis, the eval bar, shows it's a mate in 3. The next move is knight takes g7, brilliant move, and the king moves to d8. They are close to mate. See, it says m2, which means a mate in 2. Here comes a brilliant move that makes this game amazing. Queen to f6. It looks like the knight is going to take, which is true, but now it's mate in 1. Bishop to e7. Look at that king, and look at the white king. He is down 1 queen and 2 rooks, yet he won. Look, the king is completely out. This is an absolutely insane game. I hope you enjoyed it the same way I did, and thank you. And also, don't forget to subscribe to help me continue doing some of these works.